morning, dear students.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you all doing today?
All good, ma'am.
Good. So, before we start with today's topic, I would like to ask you all a few questions. So, you have to answer me. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, students, what living things can you see in this classroom?
Ma'am, humans,
Yes.
plants,
Okay.
insects,
Very good. And what are the non-living things that you can observe?
table,
Yes.
walls, fan, tube light.
Okay. So, what do you mean by living things?
Living things are which show life,
Yes. And similarly, what are non-living things?
which have no life.
That the things that don't have life. Okay. So, can you tell me what is the basic function? What is the basic functional unit of organisms?
Cell.
Cell is the basic functional unit. Okay. So, dear students, as we all know, that cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. So, today we are going to study about the cell structure and its types. To begin with, we have a 3D model over here, which is of a plant cell. We have different cells, plant cells, animal cells. So here we are studying the basic plant cell. So this is the structure of a plant cell. Before moving on to this, I would like to share with you all the basic definition of cell. So what is cell? We can say cell. It is the basic structural and functional unit of life. So we can define cell as the basic structural and functional unit of life. So what all is cell constituted of? What is cell constituted of? Any guesses over here? So cell is made up of cell organelles. So these cell organelles, there are different types of cell organelles in a cell. Like so, which we are going to discuss later. So cell is constituted of different cell organelles that perform a certain task. So every cell organelle in the cell has been assigned a different task. Due to all this, a normal, all this constitutes a normal life. So moving further, we have a topic which is cell theory. So this cell theory was given to us by Sheldon and Swan. Sheldon and Swan, these were two scientists who gave us the cell theory. Okay, so can anyone tell me who gave us the cell theory?
Sheldon and Swan.
Sheldon and Swan. Good. And what are cells constituted of? What are
Cell organelles.
Very good. So, coming back to the topic, cell theory was given by Sheldon and Swan. Are we clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now up we have this theory over here, which is cell theory. As I've already told, it was given by Sheldon and Swan. So the first thing that was postulated in this theory was that all living things are made up of cells. So the first postulate given was that all living things are made up of cells. Living things are made up of cells, right?
Okay, ma'am.
So the second postulate of this theory was that all cells are similar in their basic structural and functional unit, but they are not identical. Which means that all the cells that are present, they will be similar in their structure as well as function, but they won't be identical to each other. Are we clear with this point?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the second postulate was that the cells are similar in what? Structure and
Functionality.
functions, right? So they will be similar in structure and function, but they do have some differences. That is, they are not identical. They are not identical. So the second postulate of cell theory is this. Now moving towards the last and the final postulate of this theory that we have written over here is cells are formed due to the division of old cells. So if somebody asks us how are cells formed, cells are always formed from the older cells. So the third postulate of the cell theory is that old cells, they develop to form the new cells. So the cells are formed from the older cells. Are we clear with the cell theory?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
can anybody tell me any one postulate of the cell theory?
New cells are formed from old cells,
Older cells, right?
and cells are similar in function and structure, but not identical.
Yes, they are not identical. Very good. So as we can see, we are clear with the cell theory. Now we'll move forward to the third topic. Now we'll move further to the types of organisms. So this categorization of organism has been done on the basis of cells. So what are the types of organisms? We have two types of organisms. First is unicellular organisms, and the second one is multicellular organisms. So as the name itself suggests, unicellular. Uni means one. Cellular means that something is made up of cells. Here also the name itself suggests multi. Multi means more than one, and cellular means cell. So unicellular organisms are those organisms that are made up of only one cell. That is, they are made up of a single cell. Whereas multicellular organisms are those organisms that are made up of
More than one cell.
So these are two types of organisms that has been categorized on the basis of cells. So let's move on to the more clearer explanation of this. We have types of organisms here. First is unicellular organisms and the second is multicellular organisms. As I've already explained, uni means single cell, multicellular means multiple cell organisms. Now we need to study the examples of unicellular and multicellular organisms. So when we are talking about unicellular organisms, we have examples such as, we all know bacteria, right? So bacteria is a unicellular organism. Then we have, you all must have seen green structures in the garden or somewhere we have wet places. So there's a development of fungi. So fungus is also unicellular. So unicellular fungi is an example of unicellular organism. What are the other examples? Unicellular protists. etc. So all these are the examples of unicellular organisms, right? Can anybody tell me the example of multicellular organisms?
Humans,
Very good.
animals.
Okay. We cannot be made up of a single cell, right? So human beings are made up of multiple cells. Humans, plants, animals, all these are the examples of multicellular organisms. So are we clear with the types of organisms?
Yes, ma'am.
So okay. You tell me what is the example of a unicellular organism?
Bacteria.
Bacteria. So multicellular organisms are made up of single cells or multiple cells?
Multiple cells.
Multiple cells. So this was all about the types of organisms. Now we'll move forward to the structure of a cell. So what is the structure of a cell? So to study the structure of a cell, we have a model of a cell. So this is a plant cell. First up, we have to see the outline of this cell. So this cell is formed like this. Right? This is the outline of a plant cell. So all in all, what is a cell? It is a jelly-like structure. So if we observe cell under a microscope, we'll be able to see that the cells are distributed just like jelly-like structures. So what is cell? Cell is a jelly-like structure which is constituted of various cell organelles inside it. So these cell organelles, as I've already told in the beginning of the chapter, they perform their own set of functions. They have their own separate structures and all of them perform a specific function for the functioning of a body. Now, so can you tell me how is a cell seen when it is observed under a microscope?
Like a jelly.
Like a jelly. So cell is a jelly-like structure. Moving forward to the structure of a cell, inside of the cell, or we will start from the outside, the outer membrane or the outer wall of the cell is called as a cell wall. Right? Outer membrane of the cell is called as a cell wall. In this structure, we have this cell wall, which is the outermost membrane of the cell. Right? The second thing that we'll be able to see in this cell is the second membrane. The second membrane next to that of the cell wall is called as cell membrane. So this over here was the outermost membrane, which was cell wall. Next to the cell wall we have cell membrane, which lies just next to the cell wall. Inside the cell membrane we have fluid. The inside of the cell is made up of fluid, and this fluid is called as cytoplasm. So the fluid inside the cell is termed as cytoplasm. Let's say it over here, we have this cytoplasm over here, which has been colored as the yellow area inside the cell, right? So inside the cell membrane, all over the structure of the cell, cytoplasm or the fluid is basically packed inside the cell, and all the cell organelles that are present in the cell are basically embedded in the cytoplasm. They're all embedded in the cytoplasm. So we are now clear with 3 cell organelles of a cell. First was, can anybody recall?
Cell wall.
Cell wall, which is the outermost or the innermost membrane of the cell?
Outermost.
Outermost. What lies next to the cell wall?
Cell membrane.
Cell membrane. So cell membrane constitutes a fluid-like structure inside the cell. And what is that fluid-like structure called?
Cytoplasm.
Cytoplasm. So we are clear with the 3 basic cell organelles of a cell. Now we'll move forward to the other cell organelles. So the center of a cell is called as nucleus. Nucleus is present at the center of the cell, like this. This ball over here is termed as nucleus. So nucleus performs all the necessary functions that are required for the functioning of a body. So this is another cell organelle which is present in the plant cell. Moving further from this, we have this hollow structure over here, which is a bean-like structure inside the cell. This structure, which is a hollow structure, is termed as a vacuole. Vacuole means anything that is hollow. So we have this structure over here, which is termed as a vacuole. So vacuole is the hollow part of the cell, whereas nucleus is present in the center of the cell. Moving further from vacuole, we have a very important cell organelle of any plant cell, or it is also present in the animal cell. We have a structure called as mitochondria. Let's see the structure of mitochondria more clearly. Mitochondria is a structure like this. So mitochondria is called as the powerhouse of the cell. This is the main cell organelle that can anybody answer?
Provides energy.
That provides energy, right? So mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So the next 3 cell organelles that we have studied now is, first was nucleus, which is present in the center of the cell. Second was a hollow structure. What is the hollow structure in the cell? A
Vacuole.
Moving further, what is the powerhouse of the cell?
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So the other cell organelles that are present in the cell are chloroplasts, right? Chloroplasts contain pigments which are called as,
Chlorophyll.
right. So this structure contains a pigment which is called as chlorophyll, which is responsible for giving green color to the plants, right?
Yes,
It
ma'am.
delivers green color to the plants. So chloroplast is another cell organelle present inside the cell. Where are all these cell organelles present in the cell? Where are
In
they
the
lying?
cytoplasm.
In the cytoplasm. Moving further, the nucleus is surrounded by a membrane-like structure, like so. If we focus over here, this purple membrane just outside the nucleus is called as nucleolus. So this nucleus is covered by a protective membrane. So this protective membrane is termed as nucleolus. So it provides protection to the nucleus, right? So this is another cell organelle. We also have various other cell organelles such as Golgi apparatus, peroxisomes, ribosomes, amyloplasts, so endoplasmic reticulum. All these cell organelles combine together to form a plant cell. So can anybody name 4 of the cell organelles which are present in the plant cell?
Cell membrane, cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus, nucleolus.
Okay, that's great. What is the function of nucleolus?
It protects the nucleus.
Yes, it protects the nucleus. And what are mitochondria meant for?
Giving energy to the cell.
Giving energy to the cell. What are mitochondria called as?
Powerhouse of the cell.
Powerhouse of the cell. Very good. So, the cell organelles that we have discussed are, first we have cell wall, cell membrane, what else? Nucleus, right? Then vacuole. Then we had nucleolus. Another cell organelle that we studied was mitochondria. Then we have Golgi apparatus. We also have endoplasmic reticulum. So these are the basic cell organelles that we have to study today. So students, in today's class we have studied about the cell theory, types of organisms and the basic structure of a cell including its cell organelles. Students, now we will recapitulate what we have studied today. So you have to answer me. Give any 2 postulates of cell theory. So, any 2 postulates of the cell theory?
Ma'am, cells are similar in structure and function,
Yes.
but not identical. And new cells are formed from old cells.
Good. The second question is, enlist any 6 cell organelles. Any 6 cell organelles that we have studied today?
Cell wall,
Yes.
cell membrane, cytoplasm,
Okay.
nucleus, nucleolus, vacuole.
Very good. So, next question. What are the 2 types of organisms? Give examples. Yes, anybody who can answer this?
Ma'am, unicellular and multicellular.
So these are the 2 types of organisms. What are the examples?
Ma'am, unicellular like bacteria
Yes.
and multicellular like dog, cat.
So next exercise that you have is fill in the blanks. First is cell theory was given by dash and dash. Cell theory was given by
Schwann and
Schwann and Sheldon.
Sheldon.
The next is dash is a unicellular organism. So any unicellular organism?
Bacteria.
Bacteria. Very good. So now I am giving you an assignment, home assignment. So what you have to do is you have to draw a well labeled diagram of Lancet. Okay, that was all for today.
Thank you, ma'am.